It is not proven. It's not proven. I'm just saying that. I mean, you got to give me my credit right there because
I need the science behind that
I
one,
like
please,
that.
sir.
It ain't
So
no
there,
science. It's right here. It's Marcus's
yeah, it'd be letting me know. It'd be letting no. Here go the science behind it.
yeah.
AP. So if you have said like so, if you a one night stand usually will recur when a woman goes out and she's horny. So
I know
she's
how a
probably
one night stand
no,
happens.
no, you gotta. She's horny, so she's coming on to being able to ovulate. So during that ovulation period, and at that time, she might be more inclined to engage in risky sexual behavior. The way the sperm sits, so the males are the fastest swimmers, but they die fast, and the women they're slower, but they hang around longer. So I was proposing that if she just went out that day when her ovulation started and had a one night stand that day, more than likely it's a boy. But if they had been having sex throughout the month when she wasn't ovulating, by the time her ovulation started, there was sperm floating around, so it became a girl because there were girl sperm floating around in her body. That's my little theory.
But you know what's so funny? You know, it could be some. No, because I was in a relationship when I had Jamal. But listen, but I don't think that's true, Marcus. I love it though. It sounds so good.
Theory. It's just a
Um,
theory.
yeah, because it's a lot of women who ain't got their daddies. Well, a lot of women seem to know their dad. I think the daddies stick around, but you know, with the marriage rates looking the way they do and girls still being produced, I don't see that working.
So, but here's the thing, right, Shan, is that like there are so many people, so many men who complain about being in sexless marriages where they're only having sex on occasion, right? So Marcus's statement still stands because they tend to have a boy, right? And to be fair, Marcus's theory, there isn't a lot of research. It's just kind of starting now, but there is research to back it. So he's not just, there is science behind it that is from credible sources. Even though Marcus is brilliant into coming into this conclusion, there is studies to back it up. But I didn't want to talk to the video itself, right? Sometimes we look at these things as like people being shallow, right? Of like, oh, I just want cute kids. Oh, I just want, this and that. But the thing is, like, there is also the biological imperative to give your child the best outcome possible, right? Part of that is like pheromones, right? And so pheromones work where you're attracted to the opposite immune system to yours to give your offspring the best chance of survival, right? In terms of looks, there's also that biological imperative that with pretty privilege comes the likelihood of an easier life, right? So we are genetically programmed to want to procreate with the most attractive person that we can attain in order to allow our offspring to have the easiest life that we could possibly produce for them. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed. You're still playing the lottery, but the attempt is that the genetics are trying to stack the odds in the favor of, right? Yes, it's shallow when we overemphasize it, but there is that part of our nature that does want to do that for that reason.
And Isaiah made a good point because I do want to emphasize the reason why I played that video after this video, and it goes kind of into what Inaz just said. So here's a man who's had kid after kid after kid, and I'm pretty sure these women knew that he had kids. It's like, well, why are they having sex with this man knowing that he's had kids? I don't know. He could be an unbelievable father because, like I said, they all know each other. But I'm pretty sure his looks had a lot to do with it because, like Inaz said, a lot of times what men don't understand is women do want the best outcome for their children, their offsprings. And, unfortunately, pretty privilege or handsome privilege is a thing. So maybe he's not financial, so that financial won't trickle down, but at least your kid can do better than a lot of people if they are handsome or if they're pretty in society, because that does hold weight whether we like it or not, you know. And another thing is just like the first guy stated, if everybody just dated within their look, it wouldn't be a problem. So you wonder, well, if this girl, if she's a 6, why is she, this man is never going to commit to her. Yeah, but he's having sex with her. Guess what? If he's having sex with her, he may, whoopsie, and she may end up having a baby by him. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe it's not the commitment that she wants, but it's the kid that she wants. Does that make sense? Especially if he doesn't have money. So we know it ain't because of the money.
There's actually, like I told you, I consume a lot of the content learning in the space. There's I think it's a mating strategy, and it's called beta bucks alpha. I'll just use the word plucks. Beta bucks alpha plucks, and it's literally what you describing. She went and got the genetic material from the man that she wanted, but the provision from another type of man. So that is it's a reasonable theory. It's a lot of research in this space about it.
And let me tell you, it's women out here. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's women out here who, with a man, she loves him, he ain't attractive, she probably will never have a kid by you. She taking pills because she don't want to have your kid. You know, I don't think men understand what it's like to be a woman who is unattractive. You can be a man who's unattractive because you can make yourself attractive, and women can get over it. But if you are a woman and you're unattractive and you carry that, let's just say you are 4 and you were born a 4 as a woman. You don't want that experience to be transferred to your daughter. You may be like, oh, I hope I get a son, you know, and then you get a daughter and you don't want. I've seen that even when I talked about this last week when it comes to color. I know some, you know, beautiful dark-skinned women who like, oh, you know, even though I had it good because I'm nice looking, you don't want that. If you don't have to give your kid that experience, you don't want to give your kid that experience. And it sucks. It really does. But it's just how it is.
Do you think society is changing now? Because I think a lot of like beauty standards come from like what we pre-exposed to. So the way we grow up when we already assign attractive to non-attractive. So I wonder how much of that is actually the nature of how we attracted somebody versus the nurture of what we were told is attractive. So in those cases, damn, I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
So
you know what's so funny? Twissy, yes. You know how your grandpa was like, oh, baby, no ugly baby in this house. Now, that's gonna be, you know, people say, and it's listen, I'm not saying this stuff. Me mentioning it's not saying this stuff is right, but y'all know this stuff goes on. Y'all know it. I saw YouTube where it was a baby, somebody uploaded a baby, and the comments went in on this poor child. I'm like, that's a baby. Y'all got no type of tact to you to the point where it's like, this is an innocent soul, and they went in on the comments because the baby didn't match the beauty standards.
Babies can be ugly.
I remember.
I agree.
Question. So they pushing like right now. There's a real push to change the beauty standard to make sure Black women are represented more in what attractiveness looking like. They also was pushing the body positivity thing. Do y'all think that any of those things have made a dent or leeway in the attractiveness scale that people perceive beauty to be in order to try and equalize the playing field some? Have there been any advancements? And do you think that it's working? And if it is working, how long do you think it would be before it becomes more common practice for some of the things that weren't traditionally labeled beautiful to move, you know, into the psyche of what people find attractive? Do y'all think it's working?
I think that at some point it was. I think in the 90s, it was showing a good representation of Black beautiful women. Okay. Natural, even early 2000s. What they trying to do right now, I don't know what this is.